Welcome to this new section of the Lightroom course. In this section, I'm going to give you some more advanced tips and workflow practices that will speed up your editing and also make it better. So I'm using these extra photos. I've included them in this section if you want to follow along. It really doesn't matter what photos you're working with. In this first lesson, I want to talk about presets. Presets are a great way for you to quickly start editing your photos, and especially if you are a professional photographer or you do a photo shoot. For example, if you're doing a wedding or a portrait shoot and you have dozens or sometimes hundreds of photos in the same location or even throughout the entire day in different locations, but you want the same style or the same colors, you can add presets. So here in Lightroom, if you go and open up this left-hand side panel, you'll notice that you have a number of presets and folders of presets. You won't have all of these because some of these are folders that I've actually imported from presets that I've either created or ones that I've downloaded online, but you'll have some of them. And for example, if we go under Creative, if you just hover over these presets, you'll see that the image starts to change over here in our editor. So you might find one that you like, for example, this desaturate contrast, and if you click it, you see that the effects already start to be applied over here on the right hand side. And then you can go ahead and edit yourself and adjust it if you need. And this sometimes is necessary. Say you're taking a bunch of photos, some have different exposures. If you add the same exact filter, you might still need to fix things like exposure. You can also create your own presets. So say you've made a bunch of edits, you have done it all completely by scratch, you can actually click this plus button next to the presets menu and choose create preset. And now you can select which settings that you've edited that you want to include in this preset. So you would go ahead and click all the options. For example, often you might not want to choose things like lens corrections or different things like sharpening because it depends on really what photo you're using that you might want to turn those on or off. Then you can also choose where you want to save it. You can create a new group. For example, maybe you come up with colorful presets or black and white presets of your own. So you might want to create a new group, or you can just leave it under the sort of default user presets or under one of the other folders that has been created. So I'll just call this preset test and then choose create. And now under user presets, we have these presets. So we can go from the Phil's wedding preset. That was one of the presets I used for, I believe, editing my own wedding photos. And then preset test. All right. You can delete any presets or rename them by right-clicking them, deleting them, renaming them, etc. Now, what if you have a preset or find a preset online? So sometimes you'll go online to different photographers' websites or a site like this one called freelightroompresets.co, and they have lots of different presets, and you might want to use them. Sometimes they require you to give them your email address, sometimes they don't. So for example, if we want to take this Black Mamba preset, you'll have to download it, and usually you get a file, which is the preset file. So I'm just going to put this on my desktop for now. It's a zip file, so I'm going to unzip it. Now in this zip file, we have this file, which is the Black Mamba template file. So you'll notice that it has the extension LR temple. Right? That's basically a Lightroom template file. So this is what we're going to import into Lightroom. So if you go back to Lightroom in the preset folder, you can click the plus button and choose import preset. It's going to open up your Finder and you're going to find the preset that you want to import. Find it, choose import. And now it's in the Black user presets. So if I click on that, we have that preset that we downloaded online. Everything is editable, so we can go ahead and edit it just like the other presets. We can move it around from folder to folder if you want, or create your own folders specifically for presets from that website, however you want to organize them, but I do recommend definitely staying as organized as possible. So this is just a really quick way to basically apply the same style to a bunch of photos at once, basically just by going from one photo to the next. Say we go to our next photo down here, and we want to apply Black Mamba. All we have to do is click that button, and we're good to go. All right, so that's how you use presets. In the next lesson, we're going to be looking at color profiles, which are somewhat similar in terms of presets, but it's a quick way to adjust the colors of your images in Lightroom.